Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of the NILA podcast. Today I want to talk to you about fundraising. There's many different ways to go about fundraising, and I know the old school thing is everybody does a chicken dinner or roast a Boston butt. Nothing wrong with those fundraisers, but they're very difficult to maintain over multiple year programs. And so I want to talk to you about some ideas potentially that could lead to some serious money that comes in in relatively short amount of time with the least amount of effort. I believe if you're going to do a fundraiser, I only want to do 2 or 3 a year, and I want them to have the most impact they possibly can make. The first one that we did is we started a golf tournament about 7 years ago. Now, we didn't start off by making thousands of dollars, but now it makes, this year we probably netted over $6,000 in about 4 hours. Now, it does take a little bit of groundwork, a little footwork up front, but there's a simple process that we have learned over the last several years that's really helped us to maximize the profits that you can make in a golf tournament. Golf is not necessarily something that many people do, but there's enough in most communities that if you carry on a golf tournament, that people, when they come to these golf tournaments, they expect to spend some money. The first thing you try to do is you look at getting at minimum of 6 people that will get you 4 hole signs. 4 hole signs usually will bring you in a net profit of about $400. And so by doing that, you will have 24 hole signs at your first golf tournament, and only 6 people have to get 4 signs. Those have to be aggressive salespeople, people who are not afraid to ask for money for your youth group and to be sponsors of your tournament. Try to make your tournament something that has some kind of significance in your community. Make a donation to some profitable organizations on a percentage basis to these organizations so that when you go to people and you ask them to support and to sponsor, they have confidence that a percentage of the money you're giving is going to be going to different fundraisers. You also want to find 6 people who will find you 4 golfing teams. That's going to give you a large number of golfers in your very first year. And then finally, you're going to find 6 people that will find you a minimum of 4 nice giveaways for your golf tournament. These are things that companies will do by sponsoring, offering some kind of an incentive to potentially get people into their place of business. Golf tournaments are extremely fun, and they're also extremely profitable if you go about it the right way. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to give me a call sometimes. I'll be glad to send you some stuff. We actually have some stuff on the website, my.backstagepass.org. That actually has some free forums and that you can actually utilize, customize for your own local ministry to create the golf tournament. The next thing we did was we decided to do a 5K. In our community, they didn't have a local 5K, and so we decided to create our own 5K. In the 5K, you just actually have runners that come out and they pay $20 to run the event. We call ours a Strawberry Distance Challenge, and after the second year, we're already making a substantial profit off of this race. Now, if you do the race just for the running profit, you're not going to make a lot of money. You have to secure insurance, you have to secure a location. For us, we had to have 11 police officers to man the event for closing down streets. So there is some groundwork that needs to be done, but after you do your first year, it's repetitively every single year, you're going to make more and more money. Now, a couple things you're going to need is to try to find an underwriting sponsor to cover the expenses of the 5K. For us, we actually had a strawberry farmer in our community who was willing to underwrite the event, gave us about a $2,500 donation, takes care of all of our insurance for the runners. And after the first year, we actually joined a runners club that reduced the price of our insurance. Insurance is a must and must be clear with your local and your state insurance organizations in your denomination, in the Church of God, of course. So make sure you're well insured of this event. You don't want something tragic to happen and then you be responsible and have liability for it. The next thing you do is you try to find a local shirt company that will make your shirts for you and do it for advertising their business, and this is not that hard to do. Then you want to create some signs along the way to kind of map people out on what your route will be. All in all, a very simple thing to do, just to need to go through the learning process. I would suggest you go to a couple 5Ks, begin to ask some questions. We actually involved ourselves in several running clubs around the area, borrowing some of their clocks and other things of that nature. Very good tournament and a very good day as far as the 5K goes. So those are 2 major fundraisers that we do that will bring in over $10,000 per year for us in our fundraising. So we use those for mission trips and other items. Another item that we've done every year is our discount cards. Now there's a lot of companies that do discount cards and they'll charge you like 40% for the discount cards. So I decided to go out and myself talk to business owners, restaurants, car dealerships, places that do oil changes, and ask them if they would be willing to be part of our discount card. The first year we had about 10 people, 10 merchants on our card. This year we actually had 32 merchants on our card. It made it the #1 discount card in our community. We sell them for $20, and I put them on a double business card size. And to generate the profit, well, you know how much business cards are. It only costs us about $100 for 1,000 of those discount cards, which we sell for $20, and we give our students a tremendous profit on the sale of these cards. And so we do this every single year, make a lot of money very fast. I don't really want to fool with a car wash for $400 when I can throw out discount cards and make a 99% profit right off the top with very little work involved in it. So good ideas on that. It's not a hard program to put together. You actually do it with a Photoshop, or you can actually do this thing in a simple word program to create them. Be glad to show you what something about may look like if you want to give me a phone call. Now, another great event that a lot of people do, and we've only done it 1 year and it was very profitable, it's just a lot of labor intense, is that like a dinner theater, something where you take your drama ministries, your music ministries, you merge them together, and you create a program where you can have an enhanced night where you would have a dinner theater. Charge people tickets, give them a nice meal. However, we didn't stay with it because we felt like it was just a whole lot of work, and it took away from the regular Wednesday and Sunday meetings that we would have with our students, that all of our attention, all of our energy seemed to be focused on the dinner theater as opposed to ministry on a regular basis every single week with the students that come and go on a weekly basis. So that's a good idea. If you have a desire to learn more about dinner theaters, give me a call. I've got some people that I can definitely get you connected with that will be able to point you in the right direction if you want to create your own dinner theater. Now, finally, there's a couple of key dates in the year that are always great for fundraisers. Number one is Mother's Day. Every year we do a Mother's Day bake sale, and it's usually for youth camps or for a mission trip, and we allow students only to put in one, at the most, 2 items, because you don't want to overdo your crowd that's going to be potentially purchasing your pies and your cakes. You want to make sure that you have enough, but not too many, because it drives the price down. After service, we actually bring it up on Sunday morning. We'll bring a pie or a cake up there, and we'll make a quick announcement that immediately following the service today for Moms and Mother's Day. Be great to take home some type of strawberry pie or a lemon meringue cake or something that people really like. And so we ask some of the better cooks in our church to make these, and some of those ladies' names is like Sarah Lee bakes a cake in your church. Everybody wants to purchase this. Well, we have some older ladies in our church that have that kind of significance to our local community. So bake sales are tremendous ways to do that. You could also sell roses on Mother's Day. It's a nice thing if you got a florist in town that's willing to work with you. Try to look at some of the local merchants in your community. See what it is that they have that you can enhance what they're already doing, and maybe they'll be an underwriter. We have a local car wash here in our community. Instead of us doing our own car wash, he asked me, he says, would you please not do a car wash anymore? Because when you do a car wash, you hurt my sales. I said, sure. He says, what I'm willing to do is if you'll just sell tickets to come to my car wash, I'll give you 50% of the car wash. Well, they make a whole lot more in their car wash than what we do. And so there's a potential there that if you approach some of those business owners, that they will work out some kind of a deal with you, and it works for both people. Remember, these things have to work for everybody for it to be a success. Fundraising is something I don't like to do, but it's one of those necessary evils in ministry. We have to do some of these things to be able to go on the trips that we do. I just try to maximize everything we can to get the most benefit for the time that we spend in. We've got more things that we need to be doing that are far more important. Real ministry things, hanging out with students, going to school.